Hi everybody, how are you doing today? This is Hillary, the marketing mom. I'm glad you're able to join me today. Today's Wednesday. Yes, and we've got, okay, so if it's 9 a.m., you've got 2 more days of November, right? But if you're like me and it's midday, 12:30, you've got a day and a half left of November. And today I'm going to be talking a bit about engaging on social media channels, okay? And now this may, it may be broken down into a couple lives because actually, when we talk about engaging, the fundamental strategy, the concept is the same, but then how you implement it on different channels can be different, all right? Because every channel has its own vibe, its own aura, everything, okay? So for those of you who don't know me, one second. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hillary. I'm the marketing mom. I'm a social media manager. I'm a digital marketing expert, business coach, and trainer. And I work particularly with moms and network marketers to help them learn how to use online marketing skills to grow their business, to get more leads and sales, regardless of what your business is. But I do work primarily with network marketers and mothers, helping them to really understand how to get around this whole online stuff, because a lot of the times we as moms, we want to do things online. It's really difficult to be going out and meeting people, having coffee and doing all of these things, and the online strategies are just easier. And one of those strategies is engaging effectively on social media. Now, you'd have heard me talk about the different things that you do on social media. There are 4 things that we do primarily on social media, and most people, they think it's only one: selling, right? But you've got to engage properly. And one of the aspects of engaging, it deals with you sharing information and then networking with people, all right? So if there's that word networking again, and everybody thinks network marketing is a bad thing, but and in anything that you do, you're networking, all right? Even on social media, you're networking because basically people buy from you. Okay, so if you don't know people and you don't network with people, you're not going to have any sales at the end of the day. All right, so engaging effectively on social media has to do with how you network with people. And now there are different tools, and I'm going to mention one today that I use heavily in my management of social media. But also they're just different, they're common sense things that you need to address when it comes to engaging on social media. Okay, now a lot of you would know that each day there's something, all right? There's some event or there's something going on. Yesterday was hashtag Giving Tuesday. Today is hashtag Shout Out Wednesday. There are many things for Thursday, but hashtag Throwback Thursday is a big one, and then Flashback Friday or Follow Friday, okay? Now, the tool that I use primarily is used for Twitter, all right? You can use it for Facebook and Instagram as well, but we use it primarily for Twitter because that's where you've got a lot of the hashtags. And when we talk about engaging, there are different ways that you could engage. You can get somebody onto like a Facebook Messenger and start engaging them that way. Or you can bring somebody into a group, all right? So if you have a private group and you engage them that way. So whether they're a buyer, maybe they are a buyer, maybe they're just a prospect right now, they haven't bought anything from you, but they're a buyer. You bring them into a group and you get to engage with them. They could ask questions in a private setting. Because even though you've got your Facebook page, a lot of people are a little afraid to maybe post a comment on Facebook or even a question. They may send you a message, all right? So engagement has different levels, okay? You could tag people, and that's what underneath the networking aspect, you will tag people, you will call people out, you'll hashtag them or whatever the case may be, all right? Using keywords. Basically, when you call somebody out, you're using keywords that relates to them. So when I say mompreneur, hashtag mompreneur, I'm calling out all those people who identify themselves as mompreneurs. All right, now that is an aspect of engaging, and you notice that you're engaging, but you're doing stuff, pushing out, right? So where's the part where you actually have that two-way communication? Well, this is where you've got to do a lot of listening on your social channels, and this could be very boring, trust me, okay? Because if you have to sit down and basically listen to when people call you out now, that could take a while, because you being called out individually as your brand, as whoever you are, takes time. It's kind of like, let's take the example of like on Facebook, okay? Somebody posts a picture of you from when you were in high school, and they say, hey, Hillary, and they tag me. Remember this? Now, that friend may be watching your post on Facebook, you're watching her post on Facebook, but y'all don't actually get that two-way tagging until she initiates it to you, right? Now, what you realize is that as a business on your page, you might be putting out a lot of information, putting out ads, putting out posts, things that people are genuinely interested in, they want to know about, but they never tag you. And here's where engaging is important, especially for businesses that are probably not doing as well as they think they are. Okay? When a person tags your business, tags you, you want to know exactly when, and you want to be able to respond. That's effective engaging. Okay? Because when they call you out, you want to be able to respond to them almost immediately, or what appears to be immediately. Now, I know that that cannot always happen, right? And that's why we've got tools like Community. You've got HootSuite, where you could set up different searches for when people search specific keywords, which would probably be like your name, all right? But engaging effectively means that you respond when they call you out, okay? So if somebody leaves a message in your inbox, all right, on your page, don't wait until next week to respond, even if you don't have the answer. Facebook has great tools that allow you to set up certain automation so that it does appear as if you're there immediately, and then you would probably get the ping on your phone that, okay, you've got a message, and you could go and check it later, all right? But effective communication means that you address somebody's concern, so to speak, as soon as it comes up. So for example, here in Trinidad, Digicel is a cellular phone business, all right? And Digicel from time to time will put out different posts and all these type of things, but their customers, their consumers will tag Digicel Trinidad and Tobago, whatever the case may be, but then Digicel takes a little while to respond. Or maybe it's TSTT, or maybe it's KFC, or maybe it's Wendy's Trinidad, right? But they take a long time to respond. That's not effective engaging on social media, because what you have to realize when you bring your business online is that you have literally moved your customer service from a telephone, from a 1-800 number to Facebook. You've moved your business online, and now the expectation is the same as when somebody picks up the phone and calls 1-800, all right? That expectation is that, oh, I'm going to get a response. It's not I type a question in and 6 months later somebody responds to me. That actually happened to me once with a hairdresser, all right? She has her beautiful fan page up and everything, and I just sent a message to the page, and 6 months later I got a response. So I was just like, as a social media manager, I'm like, that just doesn't cut it, okay? So if you're going to use social media, be prepared to engage, not only in tagging other people so that, you know, they get noticed, all right? And that's just a little tip. When you tag other significant brands, you know, maybe when you tag people, what that does is it expands your reach. But then when people tag you, you've got to know how to reciprocate almost immediately in order to build that engagement, because your business requires that you network. Now, that person who tags you may not want to do business with you now, may not want to do business with you today, but the fact that you respond to them in a timely manner, all right, the fact that you even acknowledge their communication with you, what that is telling them is that, you know what, this is somebody that I kind of like and that I could develop some sort of trust with, that you could eventually take to an offline chat or an offline video conference, whatever the case may be, okay? So that is what you've got to be aware of on social media, all right? So it's not just about calling people out, but it's also about what you respond to when people call you out. Always remember, the networking is like a handshake, all right? And on social media, You've got tons of handshakes going on every day. You've got lots of handshakes going on every day, and you just have to be attuned to it. You've got to use the tools Community. I mentioned that. I'm just going to drop it in the comments here so that you can go and find it. But the two tools that I mentioned today is Community, all right? And the other one is HootSuite, which I've spoken several times about before. All right, so you'll see those two. You can go and Google them, Community and HootSuite. They're two social media tools. One is particularly Community, is for building your community, building engagement. All right, and the channels that they primarily focus on are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Whereas with HootSuite, you can do a lot more things. You could create lists, and you can do a few more things other than what Community allows you to do. All right. So I hope this has been very insightful for you today. Okay. So we were talking about effective engaging, understanding that it's not only about calling people out, using hashtags, tagging people, and pushing that information out, but it also has to do with how you're listening, and the tools to help you listen are Community and HootSuite that you can use to help you listen, to know when people call you out, and then you're able to actually effectively engage with your followers, fans, friends, whoever it may be. Okay, so have a great day. If you want to sign up for a free 30-minute strategy session with me before the end of this year, get it in before the end of this year, just visit HillaryDeFreitas.com. It is in the description of this video. It's either going to be below or on top of the video, depending on when you're watching it or where you're watching it. All right, and I will see you tomorrow, 12:30 Trinidad time. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.